Raging protests at home and a multi-front war on the borders. All is not looking well for the Israeli government. As per the latest, thousands of ultra-Orthodox protesters took to the streets of Jerusalem against the anti-draft military orders. Now, the protests, which quickly turned violent, come against the conscription of the Haredi yeshiva students into the military. Take a look at these protests. The demonstrators pelted stones at authorities and lit fires on the roads. As per the police, the crowd also attacked the car of the housing minister. At least 5 people have been arrested. Most demonstrators are reported to be part of the extremist Jerusalem faction, which has about 60,000 members.
I'm here to support the cause over here against creating drafting to the army. I believe that as much as we need an army in Israel, we also need the army of people sitting learning Torah. They're doing a lot and we can't have them draft. We need the Torah in the country. We need the Torah, and it's, as far as I believe, it's a bad decision to try and stop that.
Meanwhile, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that Israel will not stop its war until it achieves its goals over Hamas.
As for the sacred task of freeing our hostages, there is no change in Israel's position regarding the release outlined that President Biden welcomed. And today everyone knows the simple truth. Hamas is the only obstacle to freeing our hostages. With a combination of political and military pressure, and first and foremost military pressure, we will return them all.
The Palestinian Red Crescent Society retrieved bodies of at least 6 people killed in Israeli strikes in southern Gaza, Rafah, on Sunday. This comes as the IDF tanks pushed deeper into several districts in the east, west and center of the city. The footage shows volunteers carrying the bodies of the dead in white bags. They were later transferred to the Nasser hospital in the nearby city of Khan Yunis. Now, as for the Palestinian Health Ministry, the Israeli army has killed at least 43 people and wounded over 100 others in the past 24 hours. The ministry has warned that remaining hospitals, medical centers and oxygen stations in Gaza would cease to function within 48 hours due to the imminent depletion of fuel needed to keep the generators running. The total death toll from the war has risen to 37,000, while about 87,000 people have been wounded in the besieged strip since the conflict broke out in October last year. The United States ambassador to Egypt has also visited aid storing facilities at the Rafah border crossing on Sunday to review the situation. Meanwhile, Netanyahu has cancelled his visit to the US Embassy for the July 4th events in the backdrop of tensions with its ally in the West. And for the very latest on the widespread protests in Israel and what's happening in Rafah, as well as the Hamas militants' counterattack, Jody Cohen has more.
There have been protests in Jerusalem against the Supreme Court's ruling on compulsory military service for ultra-Orthodox students. The ultra-Orthodox oppose the draft, believing that Bible study is Israel's secret weapon against its enemies. However, others in the coalition would like to see compulsory service for the students. The protests come amid continuing fighting against Hamas in Gaza and a recent escalation between Hezbollah and Israel. Iran has threatened an obliterating war if Israel responds with a full offensive against Hezbollah. The American assault ship, the USS Wasp, has entered nearby waters reportedly to try to deter Hezbollah from escalating. And mediators are said to be amending the hostage truce proposal to try to persuade Hamas to agree. Mediators believe that is key to ending the fighting with Hamas and Hezbollah. This is Jody Cohen for WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.